Guys, Steve here. Another video, and in this video what we're going to talk about is building a vlogging rig from the ground up, and all basically all for low money. So I'm thrifty. My wife calls me cheap, but I'm thrifty, so trust me, this wasn't a real expensive proposition. So the camera itself is a 2012, 2013, I'm guessing, EOS M. Now, that was Canon's entry into the mirrorless market. They were kind of lagging. And I think they tried to make a big splash, didn't work out so well. The camera was panned. More from the photography side. The video side was okay. It's a great camera. It was a great foundation for this vlogging rig. The vlogging rig itself was designed around being portable and not something that's permanently set up anywhere. I don't want a desktop unit. I don't want to have something by my computer. I don't want to break down and set up. I hate it. The biggest pain in the butt with vlogging is basically setting up and breaking down constantly. And the thing is, with this rig, I can literally, when I'm done with this, turn it off and put it away until I need it again, and it stays set up. And if I had to, I can quickly disconnect the camera and take it for a run and gun, or street photography or anything else. So great rig. I'm going to show you how I built it. We're going to show you how we put it together. It starts out as this little simple tiny camera, mirrorless camera, and it ends up into a production camera, and it's not enough to break the bank. So stay with me. I'm going to break it down and show you how it goes together again, and we'll just sort through the whole mess and see if it's something that might work for you, make your life a little bit easier. So stay with me, gang, and here we go. It's going to be a good trip. Okay guys, this is the little guy next to a big guy scenario. The M model is tiny. I mean, I'm going to throw my cell phone on top of it to give you an idea. It completely covers it. So we're going to remove this out of the way, and we're going to start bringing in some of the parts and pieces, and we'll put this thing together for you. So first up, we've got a Camvate cage that's going to go on it. And basically the way the cage works, it's kind of neat. It's got a NATO rail on it too, which was a selling feature to me. But it basically just slots down and over the camera and screws to the bottom. It's set up for the tripod mount. And so give me a second. I'm gonna screw that on, and we'll come right back. Okay, so here we are. We've got it mounted up. Took all of about 5 seconds, folks. It's a perfect fit. As you can see, it's got tons of mount points for it. It really is leaving the shoe, the cold shoe mount on the, I should say the hot shoe mount on the M exposed. So, that's going to come into play in a little bit, because what I want to do next is I'm going to take a SmallRig mount and put it into that hot shoe mount. And this is eventually what's going to mount my F100 monitor. So it's a full swivel, fully articulating mount. It spins and it tilts, so you can pretty much put the monitor anywhere you want. And basically it just screws into the hot shoe mount. We'll get it put on and we'll show you that next. So be right back again. Okay, so there's the SmallRig mounted on top of it. I meant to discuss price a little bit as we go through this. So that Camvate was a Black Friday deal, and I get it off of Amazon Prime for $22.47. Yeah, that's about as cheap a cage as I've ever heard of, actually. It's normally $55, so it was a pretty good deal. It was half price. And the SmallRig, I believe, was normally around $39, and I believe I paid something in the order of $27 for it. So, you know, so far we're into this for about 50 bucks on the build. Like I said, I'm thrifty, not cheap. So what I want to do is put the camera up on a stand. So we're going to do that next. And that's probably one of the more expensive pieces of the rig, but I bought it for another camera, so I'll give you the cost of what I paid for it, but you know, it really already owned it. So, but here we go. I'll be right back again. Okay, so this is an iFootage base for their monopod system. So very configurable. It folds up on itself. It goes absolutely flat. It has a ball head mount on it and a detachable base plate. So I'm going to take this base plate and I'm going to put it on the bottom of my little M series, and we'll put it on this, and then we'll complete the build from there. Okay guys, there we are. There's the mount for the tripod installed. And I wanted to point out that here's my bottom opening for my battery and my card slot. And this entire rig build, right through to the end, nothing gets in the way of that. I can always access it. Matter of fact, I just reach under it on the tripod and pop it off, and I can get the either or. So that's a nice feature of the Camvate cage. It's popped on. It's very simple to take on and off, just that fast. And fully articulating mount, ball mount by iFootage. It's awesome. Really nice mount. So we're going to back up a little bit and go on with the build. But as you can see, we're getting there. Next up, we're going to put the side handle on, because you need some kind of support for this rig. And it improves the steadiness. You know, it is a tiny camera, so this gives you something to grip onto. Next. Alright gang, so you can see I've mounted it as low as possible because my HDMI ports are right here on the camera, and if this bar was up in this area, then I couldn't get to open my access door. So, you know, the SmallRig's nice in that the handle adjusts up and down. It's universal. You can take this assembly off, switch it to the other side if you need to mount it on the other side for a different rig. It's very versatile. It's got a cold shoe mount built into the top handle, which I'll utilize for the shotgun mic in a few minutes. But the reason I did this is, again, you can see it right here. Here's that door. And in order to get everything plugged in, I have to have access to open the door. And with this bar up in the middle somewhere or up near the top, that's not possible. But it's a pretty well thought out design. So I've got full access to the door, and we're going to carry on by putting on the shotgun mic next. So bear with me. I'm going to back up again. Alrighty guys, shotgun mic. So it's plugged in. It's not really mounted. It's just sitting there in the slot. You can see the beauty of having an extra cold shoe slot built into that handle. So here we go. Shotgun's installed onto the handle and plugged in, ready to roll. All I have to do is turn it on to make it function. Okay, so we're coming back next with the star of the show, I guess, the monitor. So I'm going to get that set up and I'll show you the installation of that. Okay guys, as you can see, I took the SmallRig monitor mount off. I find it easier to mount the top mount and then put the whole rig on the camera. And I should have mentioned that the cost of that shotgun mic, it's a Takstar, was, you know, in the $50 range. The monitor was $129 because I bought a package with it, battery, battery charger, all the cabling. And so here we go. Very simple. I had to lower this just a little bit in between takes here, just because there's a clearance issue. And let's get this guy lined up, slid on, and tighten down. And you're going to have that with cages, but it's always the cabling that's going to bite you in the butt. And you can see right here the monitor HDMI port is within a hair's breadth of the shotgun mic, and that's by intent. So there it is. We're all cabled up. We're all ready to roll. I'm going to turn her on and show you what I see. when I'm looking into it. Alrighty guys, you can see me in the monitor. I'm behind the camera, and this is what it was like, you know, doing the video yesterday. Looking back at it. I've got a histogram up, and yeah, I'm not even, it instantly comes on. That's the thing that amazes me. It's one of those rigs that, you know, you hesitate and you hope that it, you know, it's going to work as it should, or as it's sold to you, and it absolutely does. It's going to no signal now because I'm not recording. But yeah, there's the rig. And one last thing I wanted to show you. I gotta get an 18-inch cable to get rid of this mess, but here was the thing that I wanted to show you. That's how easy it is to go portable with this. You know, this will flip around in the opposite direction, and I can put it on a different stand if I want. And so there. And one other thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to turn this all off. It's kind of a neat thing. When I bought it, I bought an adapter. So the adapter allows me to take my L lens and install it on this camera. So let's just take this one off. We're going to pop the adapter on. And bing, bing, bing. And now you're looking at what amounts to be a $1,000 plus lens on that little guy, on the M series. So very versatile. I can run any EF mount or EF-S mount on this camera. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thanks for putting up with me. If you like, please hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed already, well, there's going to be a lot more of this coming, so please subscribe, get the notifications. All right, have a good day, guys.